I'm going to break down a winning NAS100 trade that I actually took today on my live session. Then we'll scroll back in time, we'll throw TradingView in replay mode, and we'll back test my general approach on a random week and see if we can't make some money. This was the trade from this morning. The basis of my approach is I form a bias based on a higher time frame, just a general bias. US indices are trending up, so I'm somewhat looking for buys. I'm also going to look at pre-market. Today we had news at 8:30, huge spike up. As you can see, this was the general pre-market range. I'll look back in time somewhere around the 2, 3, 4 o'clock mark, try to find a high and a low. I'll maybe mark off prior day's high and low. I happen to do that on this chart just because it was getting so wild, and then I'll mark out some recent zones above and below where price is trading. Just regular support and resistance zones. You can call them, you know, order blocks, or supply and demand, or whatever crazy name you want. Support and resistance is fine. So it came up at 9:30. It pushed up even higher. I was originally looking for buys on this, but we saw it start to come down and then pull back up to this support zone that price had previously formed. Here was some highs before pre-market. This was also, this was pre-market high. Pushed up, pulled back down, pushed back up again. If this was going to continue, would have liked to see it move above this high. It didn't. It pulled all the way back down, broke these lows, broke these lows. So now I'm looking, okay, maybe we're going to look for a sell here. Pulled back up and had a nice rejection at this resistance zone, support zone turned resistance. Pushed down. I didn't wait for a whole bunch of confirmation. I entered on this candle down as it was breaking these lows, threw a stop above this high, pulled all the way back up. Thought it might have been too early. I wasn't. It rejected here. It didn't break this high. It had a bearish candlestick coming down, and that was my signal to sell again. Threw a stop at the same level above this, and it played out very nicely. Came all the way down, first touched this zone. I thought I might have missed it, and so I targeted a little bit after, since I was going to have to wait for it. Pushed back up, found some resistance at prior day high, and then obviously I cut it a little bit early on this one, but this was my target past this zone, which was yesterday's high from the middle of the day that we were looking at. And also this was right around the pre-market range, if we were going to look at that pre-market range area. So let's see if we can scroll back in time and back test this simple approach. We'll scroll to random time, and we will throw 9:30 on the chart for each day, and we'll see if we can't maybe go through a quick week. So I'm going to go to the daily here. We'll go in replay mode. I'll look away. I'll scroll back a little bit. I'll bring it all the way up to the front. We'll stop it here. Go back down. Let's go to like the hourly first, and we'll find 9:30 and see what day we're at here. Okay, so we're going to be starting on a Tuesday. Let's go to the 15-minute, and we'll see if we can't make some money. We'll define our risk. Let's say we're going to look at around $2,000 worth of risk for each trade. So here we are, Tuesday. This is July 12th, 2022. Let's take a look at this trend. So if we zoom out, we'll just keep it on the 15-minute to make it simple for right now. Actually, you know what? Let's do higher time frame into lower time frame quick. So this is coming down, obviously. We're making lower highs. We've got lower lows got put in. It pulled up, didn't break this high. If we drop down to the 15-minute, we can see we've got somewhat of a pre-market range here. Nope, way over here. So here we go. Let's go to the 5-minute. I'm going to mark this zone right here as a low, and it's making new highs into this. And let's mark off some basic support and resistance. We got a nice zone right here. It wouldn't be unrealistic for it to come up and check that zone if it was going to come up. Let's mark this zone off right here. We're just finding tops and bottoms, areas where price has reacted in the past, came down, pushed up. You can see it tested this, big reaction off, came up here again, tested this zone, pushed off. We could see this area, which is pre-market where it's at right now, has been tested before. That's nice. can see this area, around this area has been tested. Let's go ahead and just for fun, we'll mark this area off also. We're not marking off major levels. But let's go ahead and just play this forward a bit and see if we can determine how we want to play it. So probably be looking down, you know, to a degree based on the overall higher time frame trend. Let's make myself a little bit bigger here for you guys so you can see my ugly face. And we will we'll mark this bad boy off. So let's keep it on the 5 minute for now. Sometimes in replay mode, that doesn't really give you a lot of time to enter and exit. So pushed up, broke above, continued its way up, checked this zone here, and now we got some rejection coming down. Let's play this forward a bit. Price is usually pretty wild right at the open. I prefer to wait a bit. So now that we came all the way down, we pushed up, broke above this high, came all the way down to the middle of this pre-market range. I'm tempted to say that this may turn and push up. So I'm going to drop to the 1 minute. Oh, we can't go back. Okay, we're going to keep it on the 5 minute. And if we get a really big reversal here with some momentum, I may look to take a long. But let's take a look and see. We're going to wait for, obviously, candle closes here in replay mode. Didn't get it yet. Pushed all the way down. Got a little indecision there, and we've got some support forming deep in the range and price action looking up. Let's go ahead and sit for to move this thing forward and get a trade going. Let's say we take a trade here. We go with a stop loss below that pre-market low. We have let's make it 100 for simplicity, and let's say we're going to buy 20. That should make this, I should just use this. Perfect. Yeah, $2,000 of risk. Let's target this high. We won't set a stop loss. We will close based on price action. We're going to leave this flexible. We're able to cut it before the stop. If it does something crazy, we're able to move the stop to break even. Once we get towards a 1-to-1 or somewhere where we see maybe we want to move the stop loss to break even. And leave these exit rules flexible. We're going to make this a discretionary trading system. So let's see what we get. Might get stopped out right away here. But let's see if we can turn a profit on NAS100. Wow, so we get a nice candle up there. I wouldn't bring stop loss to break even just yet. Let's see where a 1-to-1 is. Yeah, somewhere around that area. Let's keep playing it forward. See, would have got stopped out if we brought stop loss to break even. It's finding a little bit of resistance there. If it breaks below these lows, I might cut it early. Pushed up again. Look at that. So now let's go stop loss to break even. Nice. And this way, if it comes all the way back down and we didn't get our chance to take profit, we at least don't take a loss on this one, and we're either going to get a second chance or on to the next day. So it does still look like it's trying to push up. It's not great that it hasn't broken that set of highs. Let's see if it does. And I'm going to say if it comes up here and passes this area, I'm going to make this this the target right here. Let's go ahead and set a TP. That would be a nice 1.58-to-1. Let's play it forward. Do we get stopped out? We're getting late in the day. We don't want to go too far past a realistic time frame to close, so this is going to be our cutoff coming up here pretty soon. And comes down and stops us out. We get a sell at the close of the candle, negative 338 bucks. Okay, so we took a small loss on day number 1. Let's go ahead and move on to day number 2. Let's throw it in 1 hour real quick. We'll move this thing forward as quickly as we can. Going over to 9 o'clock. Let's play it forward. We'll adjust it when we get there. Okay. Reset. 5 minute. And this is a good way to backtest if you want to backtest on US indices. Scroll yourself back in time. Don't watch the chart as you do it. And, mark up your chart however you would right beforehand. and play it forward and trade how you would. Obviously, I'm doing this without taking, you know, an enormous amount of metrics being recorded or anything like that. We're just going through and place and buy and sell and see how we make out. So let's go ahead and just mark this high right there and this right there. Again, no set in stone rules. This is going to be our pre-market range. It's right in the middle of it. Let's mark off this area right here as an area of interest for us. And this wild set of lows. And let's see what we get. Let's play it forward. Again, bias is somewhat the same, still coming down. Let's see what we get. We're on the 5 minute. Yep. Here is the first candle. Big push up and then break down. Broke below the lows before the open. If we get a pull back before this zone, we might look to enter a sell. Okay, now pulled all the way back up. Tested this low again. Since I can't drop to the 1 minute, I think this is going to pull up a bit more, but I think it's likely to continue down to the zone. I'm going to go ahead and place the sell now because I won't get a second chance. I'm going to have to go with a big stop above this area, which I don't really like to do, but maybe we'll add a second position. If it pulls up, maybe we'll add in drawdown. So let's go ahead and sell 20. We're going to be right around the $2,000 mark. Perfect. This will be our take profit, somewhere around these lows. Nice. And let's see what we get. Okay, pushes up and then pulls back up, pushes back down. Nice. Look at that. I'm going to go stop loss to break even. And let's play it forward quickly. Oh, it comes all the way back and stops us out. Man, made it all the way there, made it to over 1 to 1. So, stop out again and pulled all the way back up. I think this is probably more likely to go and check these highs. Let's just take a look and see. Maybe we would want to get another trade somewhere in here. Here was the stop out. Okay, we get some resistance forming there. If we pull down a little bit further, yeah, we're at like 11 o'clock. We'll maybe look for a sell. Nope, not gonna happen. Pushes up. This would be a nice area to buy if it comes all the way down here. We can get a stop loss somewhere around, somewhere below that structure. Okay, let's go ahead and take a buy here. We'll get stop loss down here. We'll keep it pretty wide to start. Targeting this zone, and let's go ahead, get a buy going. Again, two break evens. We'll buy. We'll put yeah, a little over $2,000 of risk on this one. Nice. Let's see what we get. Reaction at the zone. Again, really would have wanted to wait for a candle to start to show some bullish momentum out of this zone, that it wasn't just going to continue blasting through, but for the sake of back testing, we can't do that. Pulls back up. If we break above these highs, I'm going to go stop loss to break even. Let's go a little bit above. This way we don't take such a loss as it comes down if it stops us out. And can we hit a target on this one? Look at that. Nice. $4,596. We get a little bit more than we bargained for, but we were taking it on the downside with the candle closes, so nice. So far we've had one losing day and one winning day. We took, we had 2 stop outs and then 1 winner. First day was down. Second trade of the back test was also down technically, since we got stopped out at break even. We took a little bit of a loss. Third one's a winner, puts us very nicely into profit. So we're able to conserve capital with this deal, and this would be the last trade that I'd be taking looking at this time for Eastern Standard. So let's go ahead and play it forward. We're going to 9:30 the next day. We're going to keep it rolling. I'm going to have to show you guys this just so you know that I'm not full of shit as I'm back testing and cutting the video and taking a look and seeing which way price is going to go, and then, you know, trading it like some magician because I know which way price is going to go. So let's drop to the 5-minute here. This is 8:30. Looks like there might have been some news on this day. Let's get a little bit closer. And we will mark up our chart. Let's go for pre-market. Let's mark this area out right here. Let's mark this low off right here. This might be wild. We're on a Friday here. And let's look at some prior zones. This is going to be obviously one down here. I'm going to encompass both of these with a nice wide zone. Boom. I don't really need to get that high. I know it's there. Let's mark this off just for the sake of finding a zone above. And this would be like the next area. Let's just use the line to make this a little bit quicker. And this would probably be like the next zone. Going down, here would be below. All right, let's play this forward and see if we can't take a simple trade based on trend, market structure, support and resistance. No crazy set in stone rules where we have to take a trade. We're just using our experience, our general understanding of price action in this context. So this broke above, pulled back down, and now showing some support right here. I think it's more likely to pull all the way back down somewhere into the middle of this zone. This is probably where I would be looking to be a buyer. Yep, pulls all the way down. Okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and take this one here. Again, if I was trading this on the 5 and the 1 minute, I'd want to start to see some movement up. You don't need to try to catch a falling knife and get the best entry. You're more likely, in my opinion, not financial advice, better off waiting a bit to see if it's going to slow down at your marked zone. It doesn't have to do anything, and you can avoid just getting your stop loss ran through like we might get on this one by being patient, getting a little bit worse of an entry, and targeting some buying pressure, entering on some buying pressure, excuse me. So let's go ahead and buy. Throw our stop loss down here. We're going to have to hit a little over again, just to keep things simple. This will be our target. We'll go stop loss to break even if it starts to push up. Look at that. Very nice. Yeah, very nice reaction. I'm going to leave it for right now because I think it can come down here. Check this out again and then pull back up. Again, we entered, there we go. Take profit hit. Simple as that. Came all the way up and just touched our take profit there. 1.97 risk to reward. We're up to $9,492, risking $2,000 per trade. Could be a lot if you're on a live account. Maybe it's a prop firm account if you are a crazy person and you want to mess with those things. I do to a degree, so I can't really say too much, but let's play this forward and see if we want to take a second trade. So it comes down again, finds some support around this area here, these prior lows, pushes back up. This could have been a trade to take right here with a stop loss below to target a higher high, but again, overall bias is still down. Remember, we're thinking about that higher time frame structure that we looked at quickly when we started, and yeah, it does continue up. Again, could be another opportunity for a buy coming up, but I think getting later in the day, there's potential for it to fall all the way back down. Let's just play it forward. I'm not going to take another one. It does start to fall, and here we are coming into the next day. So let's do another day. We'll do one more day, and we'll wrap this thing up. Maybe we'll get a loser. We've had really nice results so far. Doesn't always happen. You know, this general approach is not going to generate some massive win rate. You're going to take losses. Price action is going to not follow trend. It's not going to respect your zones that you draw on there. It's not going to care where you draw your nice rectangular box. Sometimes it's just not going to work with you. So let's get one more going. It is Monday, 9:30, getting ready for market open. This is going to be, let's do lines just to make it simple. This is going to be my pre-market top area where I'm going to look at. Oh, it's on the 15-minute. Sorry. Yeah, let's call these set of lows. Yeah, I like this area here where it kind of, you know what? I'm going to move it up right here. I like this area. I like where it was tested here by these lows and tested here by these highs. Now, if I was going to mark off some highs, here's my high above. That's pretty close. I'm going to come all the way down here to this set. Let's look left. Yeah, we got some action there. Let's go right here, and right here we got a gap. So maybe it comes down here and it fills this gap. Let's throw it right at the bottom there. Okay. Let's play this thing forward and make some more money. Maybe we'll take maybe we'll add to a position on this one and see if we can't make it a home run or a home run loss. So came down, broke down out of this pre-market area, past these lows, pulled back up to the middle, and then pushed all the way back down. Again, maybe on lower time frames, this would have been a chance for us to get in, somewhere around the middle of this as it came and tested it. I'm gonna wait a bit. Again, at the open and the first few 5-minute bars, or even the first few 15-minute bars, it's a lot of wild price action, a lot of overlapping stuff. Some guys can get in there and trade it. It depends what structure looks like, but I usually find myself waiting a little bit more. Okay, so we broke down, and now we broke up, down below these lows and up above these highs. So this isn't going to be super easy. I think this is likely to continue up based on this price action. I'm going to have to wait. We're only at 10:05. Might miss the move. See, this is why we waited. This wasn't enough. It came up, whipped up really high. We had closes down here on the 5-minute. Let's see if it pushes all the way down. Again, that would shift the bias. If it finds resistance here and starts pushing up, or maybe gives us a chance to enter a buy. So let's see what we get. It does, comes all the way down, checks out these lows, and again, we're working on the 5-minute, but this is gonna be the buy. We're gonna get a nice tight stop, and we're gonna target this high. We're gonna target it coming all the way up there, and we're gonna make this a nice win, guys, or we'll get stopped out. Honestly, we've let's see, yeah, that puts me over a little bit, but we'll be all right. Here, I'll make it a little bit fairer, so we're not over leveraging. Oh no, I can't do that. Excuse me. It's going to come down a little bit more, but I would have to go up, obviously. So let's go ahead and play this forward, see what we get. Pushes down and then pulls back up. If it comes down and does something funky and gives us a chance to get out, maybe we close it, we clip it early, we don't take the full $2,400 worth, depending on where it closes. Look at that, pushes up, great, breaks above these highs. I'm not going to go stop loss to break even just for the sake of the test, and that I probably wouldn't in real life either. This is not not enough. This isn't 1-to-1 yet. That's really not worth it yet. It can easily come down here, check these out without breaking below, and then push up. See, it does that. Falls down. Look at that. Now we could be in trouble here. I think there's potential for it to stop us out, but we're this late in the game, so I will just leave it and see what we get. A little bit of support. Maybe it was just picking up some more people's stop losses that had them tight. Resistance again at this zone. This doesn't look so good. I'm gonna leave it. just to see if we get a break above these highs, and then I will play this one realistically. If we don't get a break above, and it starts to come back down here, I'll close it out if it gives me a chance, if it doesn't stop me out, because I want to be realistic with it. It does break above those highs, and the candle closes above all of these, so I would be leaving it. I'm not going to go stop loss to break even yet, again, because it can come right down here. You know, a stop loss way up here would be okay, but let's see what we get. Now let's go stop loss to break even. Very, very nice. Does it come up and break those highs? Let's play it forward. Maybe it comes all the way down and stops us at a break even. It looks like it's going to. Resistance at this zone. Let's see it, guys. Ah, there we go. Stops us out. So we finished this one off. Again, getting stopped out at break even. We took no full stop outs on this. That's like unlikely to happen. You're likely to just get stopped out, especially entering the way I was entering without really waiting for confirmation. But risking $2,000 trade, $2,000 per trade on a couple wins, we were able to generate a $9,000 profit. We were able to protect our capital by moving stop loss to break even in an area where it made sense. We were able to enter, make my face a little bigger here. We were able to just use basic trend. We were able to take a look at what price did in the hours leading up to NYSE Open. That gives us a little bit of an idea of what we should be looking at as far as support and resistance zones, and using basic support and resistance. I mean, you saw me, trading that. I think obviously if we push that one forward, you'd see me take full stop outs, you'd see me take more break evens, and you wouldn't see as many play out so nicely in my favor, and I wouldn't get as nice of an entry. I still believe I'd be able to turn a profit because I've been trading like that, and I do turn a profit. So today you can see the way that I started off with that first trade where I showed you. Pretty simple, pretty similar. Waited for price to give me some indication of where it might be headed. Took that trade. Again, not all of them are going to work out. There's a good chance that not even most of them work out. But if you end up making a little bit more on your winners than you lose on your losers, you can turn a profit on this stuff. It takes a while. This stuff takes experience to start to be able to read price action, start to be able to read market structure, get a feel for what's going on. And there will be times, there'll be weeks where the market just makes these wild rangy moves. It comes up, takes out highs, comes all the way back down, takes out lows, or it just takes off and rips and doesn't give you an opportunity. Maybe pushes up to resistance, finds resistance there for a second, gives you a bearish candle, you take a sell, and then it turns. That's where you're back testing. Your confidence is going to come into play. With any strategy, with any approach, you're going to have to back test it. You're going to have to trade it on demo. You don't have to do anything, but you might want to build the confidence that you'll need to get through consecutive losers. It's one of the biggest things I see guys struggle with. It's one of the biggest things that I struggled with. I'd be trading what I knew was a profitable strategy through real thorough, smashing my mic arm, real thorough back testing over long periods of time, not just what I'm doing here, of more structured back testing. I would understand this was a profitable approach that I was taking, and every time I took one or two losses, I'd be throwing everything at the wall trying to figure out something new because this isn't working. So where I'm going with this, what I wanted to display with this video here is you can have some simple guidelines to get you in and out of the market. Find a way to structure risk. You saw there at any given time, I know I said 2,000, we were taking on 2,500. I didn't have on massive amounts of risk. I wasn't using a fixed lot size, and then I would have this massive stop loss that was quadruple what my my risk should have been. Find a way to structure your risk. Find a way to manage your trades. Maybe on U.S. indices that are very volatile and they have quick movements. You do move your stop loss to break even. It's something that I've been doing more of on the U.S. indices to be able to, take break evens but protect capital, where instead of taking that full stop out, you take a break even. Are you going to move it up there and be stopped out at break even sometimes and then have the trade turn around to go to 2, 3, 4R? Sure, that's just something that you're going to have to accept because that's part of the business, it's part of trading. But you can define a simple set of guidelines of what you're looking for for your criteria to enter. Take those trades as they present themselves without stressing yourself out and freaking out that it may or may not work, not worrying about the individual outcome of any one trade, but knowing that it takes a large enough sample size, a large enough number of trades for your edge to play out in your favor. There's another road to go down here, which is wild concepts. I don't have to name all of them. An enormous amount of indicators, an enormous amount of confluences, and really overcomplicating technical analysis and not focusing on keeping your overall approach fairly simple, because it's going to be a discretionary approach anyway. It's not going to be a black and white rules-based system. If you have one, then go and get it coded into a botany or EA, I said this 20 times, and kick back on the beach and let the thing run. If not, and the answer is probably not, you're going to be trading a manual system, you're going to be on the charts, understand that you're going to use your discretion, you're going to be using your opinion, and utilize that. Use your experience, use your intuition, use your gut feeling to a degree, stick to your guidelines, not your hard set rules. Make sure you follow your risk management plan. That is very important. And then use some of that time to maybe focus on other areas of trading that may play an even bigger factor, like your mindset and your psychology. Work on things to build your confidence, like we talked about, back testing. Maybe try to work on your mindset coming into the trading day. Understand that you need to be in the right mental state to be able to take losses, to be able to take wins, and keep your mindset in check and not over leverage, over risk, revenge trade, be fearful, be greedy. All these things that are the telltale signs that you're gonna take more losses than you should. You're gonna make the wrong mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. So that's what I'm going with here. Again, I'll grain of salt it with this. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take anything that I say here seriously. It shouldn't be applied to any of your trading decisions. I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no certifications or qualifications to talk about any of this. I'm just talking about what may or may not work for me on YouTube. So most traders lose money. You'll probably lose money. Trading is an extremely risky endeavor and almost everybody loses money. If you found this video helpful, you want to see more trades like I showed you of mine this morning, what I was back testing here, how I trade this approach live. I have a Telegram group that I run for free where I post a lot of analysis, and then I have my paid products. I have a Discord that I run where I answer all questions individually. Anything you have to ask about trading, I'm going to do my best to answer it. I work with guys one-on-one in another coaching program as well. But in that Discord, I send a Zoom link every morning, almost every morning, for NYSE Open, where I've been trading NAS100. You can watch me trade this stuff live. You can watch the full stop outs that will happen, and maybe you can watch some wins. But if you want to see what real trading looks like, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll do it live, and you can follow along and ask me questions, and maybe that will help you understand and see what it actually looks like to trade this stuff and be able to develop your own system and attack the markets in your own way. I think everybody has. I'll leave it off with this. Again, not financial advice. I don't think there's one magic strategy. I don't think there's any secret. I don't think there's anything that I can give you that's going to immediately make you profitable. I think it comes from experience in the markets. I think everybody's mind is unique and different. You are probably a average intelligence or smart person. Maybe you're an idiot like me, but your mind will work differently than my mind, no matter where you fall on that spectrum and where I fall on that spectrum. The way you will read price action will be slightly different. Everything will be slightly different. The way you interpret risk, your preference of time frames, your preference of being able to handle being in any type of drawdown, being able to handle running your winners. And you have to create a trading approach or a strategy that resonates with you and that provides that allows you to trade effectively with the least amount of resistance. That's what I believe will get you closer to profitability. Most guys don't make it. We know that almost everybody that trades loses money trading. Some do. What I believe two big pieces are: they found their own strategy, they've refined their own approach, they've built a a lot of experience in the markets, a lot of time on the charts, making mistakes, and then doing their best to slightly improve on their strategy, on their approach, and they've worked on their mindset and their psychology an enormous amount. I don't care who you are, when money's on the line, especially early on, you're going to get emotional, you're going to feel you're going to feel your palms start to sweat, you're going to be fearful when you should be hopeful, and hopeful when you should be fearful. Maybe you take some wins up front. I was talking to one of my guys today in the chat who has a friend who's on a winning streak, who just started a couple months ago, who's trading fearlessly. Maybe you get that run up front, but after that, when you start to take some losses, you have to get your mind right, build confidence in your system, and understand the game of probabilities, the amount of consecutive losses you can see, take L after L after L, knowing that this is normal. With your win rate and your risk to reward, you're going to be profitable over 100 trades, but you might see 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive losses. Can you trade through 6 consecutive losses? I mean, honestly, ask yourself. It gets difficult at that level, even for guys that have been doing it for forever. But after your 4th or 5th day coming to the markets, can you come on the 6th day with a clear mindset, ready to trade your approach, ready to risk the same amount, not over leverage, not under leverage, and trade that approach accurately? If not, maybe there's some adjustments to be made. Maybe it's risk management. Maybe it's reading through some books and research and understanding ways to work on this stuff. Maybe it's back testing. Maybe it's doing some demo work, journaling, going through your trades. Happy to talk more about this stuff, but I rambled on there where I said I was going to leave it with, I think it's important for you to find your own approach. If you want to watch how I trade and maybe get help working on your own approach in a non-financial advice way, just with me telling you what I like to do for fun as I'm sitting around on the computer, join my free Telegram. Click the link in my bio. It'll be in the description of this video. That's going to be your way in. You can find me on Instagram as well, Real Deal Forex, and realdealforex.com if you want to check out the website. Thanks for watching this long. If you made it, I'll see you later.